near Pokrovsk, one by one, the motorcycles fell. In a textbook display of precision marksmanship, Azov Regiment snipers systematically eliminated an entire enemy motorcycle convoy before it could reach Ukrainian lines, turning what was meant to be a swift infiltration into a roadside graveyard. According to multiple frontline sources, the incident unfolded during the early morning hours in near darkness when a fast-moving group of enemy soldiers mounted on motorcycles attempted to slip through the outskirts of the city using narrow service roads and back routes. These motorcycle units, notorious for their speed, low visibility profile, and remarkable ability to maneuver around destroyed infrastructure and cratered landscapes, have become increasingly common tactical assets in recent months as both sides adapt to the evolving battlefield. Members of the elite Azov sniper detachment had been strategically positioned for days on the upper floors of abandoned residential blocks, carefully overlooking the route with commanding fields of fire. Using sophisticated reconnaissance drones and trained spotters working in tandem, the snipers methodically tracked the convoy's movement as it advanced confidently toward Ukrainian-held territory. Once the enemy riders entered the carefully designated kill zone, the snipers opened fire with devastating precision. Each shot was deliberate and calculated, said a Ukrainian soldier familiar with the engagement. They waited patiently for exactly the right moment, then neutralized the riders one after another with clinical efficiency before the enemy could even begin to disperse or take evasive action. Eyewitnesses reported that the first motorcycle collapsed instantly, its rider eliminated, causing immediate confusion and panic within the tightly packed convoy. As the remaining riders attempted to scatter in different directions, follow-up shots systematically disabled additional targets with ruthless efficiency, ultimately forcing the remaining soldiers to retreat hastily and completely abandon their attempted breakthrough. While the specific weapon systems used were not officially disclosed for operational security reasons, Azov snipers are widely known to operate long-range precision rifles and powerful anti-material systems fully capable of disabling both personnel and light vehicles with equal effectiveness. The deadly combination of elevated firing positions, pre-surveyed ranges, extensive target practice, and real-time drone guidance reportedly contributed significantly to the overwhelming success of the operation. Ukrainian military analysts were quick to note that motorcycles, while impressively agile and fast, offer virtually minimal protection against long-range precision fire, making them extremely vulnerable and exposed when ambushed by well-positioned snipers with clear, unobstructed lines of sight. The complete elimination of the motorcycle convoy prevented what Ukrainian commanders described as a dangerous probing attack specifically meant to test weak points in Pokrovsk's increasingly stretched defenses. The city, already the focal point of intense and relentless fighting, relies heavily on small, highly disciplined units capable of rapid response and demonstrating local initiative under pressure. This wasn't just a tactical victory, said another member of the defense forces with evident pride. Stopping fast-moving infiltration groups like this buys us crucial time and helps keep the entire front from unraveling under constant pressure. Details of the engagement remain somewhat limited, and independent verification has not yet been possible due to ongoing active fighting throughout the area. However, video clips widely shared on social media appear to show motorcycle debris scattered along a rural access road, entirely consistent with the reported location. Ukrainian officials enthusiastically praised the operation as an outstanding example of high-precision defensive work, while military analysts noted that similar ambushes are likely to continue with increasing frequency as both sides rely more heavily on small mobile units to penetrate or protect contested frontline positions. And in a stunning reversal of fortune, Ukrainian drones turned what was supposed to be a show of dominance into a fiery rout, torching dozens of vehicles as the protective fog cleared. Here, The Russians believed their own propaganda headlines and genuinely thought they had finally secured a safe way to approach Pokrovsk without facing consequences. Under the convenient guise of bad weather and thick fog, they managed to shoot a symbolic propaganda video showcasing their supposed control. But just a few moments later, they were in for a brutal and nasty surprise from the ever-vigilant Ukrainian drone operators. A widely circulated Russian video showed a long, impressive column of reinforcements advancing confidently toward the town through the morning fog, parading completely unopposed and projecting an air of confidence and control, as if a secure ground line of communication had finally been established. This occurred on November 10, 2025. Despite this apparent show of strength, even Russian military analysts privately admitted that such a movement is only realistically possible under extremely thick fog and poor visibility conditions. Otherwise, every single vehicle would be immediately detected and systematically destroyed by highly effective Ukrainian FPV strikes. The Russians deliberately used the fog as a natural cloak to sneak through what they desperately hoped would be a safe corridor into Pokrovsk. But their dangerous illusion of safety didn't last long at all. While their propaganda footage alone doesn't tell the whole story of how things actually developed and why the Russian command chose this inherently risky tactic. When the fog lifted, the harsh truth came crashing down with devastating force. As it turned out, Ukrainian drone operators immediately spotted the exposed Russians on the road and began the relentless hunt without hesitation. Geolocated footage clearly shows the Russian parade column being torn apart within mere minutes, with the very same motorcycles filmed so confidently earlier now burning fiercely in the streets. At least a dozen vehicles and buggies were completely destroyed, their massive explosions lighting up the bombed-out ruins of southern Pokrovsk like a deadly fireworks display. And once Ukrainian operators locked onto their targets with precision, there was absolutely nowhere to hide or escape. The few survivors faced a nightmare scenario of their own making, as Pokrovsk has effectively become a death trap for Russian infiltrators, where any sign of life is immediately hunted down by swarms of Ukrainian drones. Ukrainian operators now expertly coordinate multiple drones in real time with impressive efficiency, as confirmed in chilling video footage of Russian soldiers desperately hiding in a building, which captured their final moments in sheer panic. 2 Ukrainian drones strike the entrance with precision, creating an opening for a third drone that flies inside and explodes near a Russian soldier, mortally wounding him as he desperately tries to apply a questionable red rubber tourniquet, the same type visible on many dead Russian soldiers throughout the area. Another drone recording shows operators systematically scanning the ruins for heat signatures, hunting isolated Russian groups that may have slipped in under the protective fog. The Russian column that was sent to demonstrate control and project strength had been doomed from the very start, as officers forced their troops to take a high-risk route dangerously exposed to Ukrainian fire from nearby Mirnohrad. They mistakenly believed that if they reached Pokrovsk intact, they'd prove that the area was fully secured, exactly as claimed by Russian military analysts. But it was a catastrophic mistake without sound military logic that turned fatal quickly, with soldiers getting massacred following what can only be described as a suicidal order. A second Russian video, filmed by a visibly shell-shocked soldier, confirms the horrific reality as he cries into the camera that Pokrovsk is an absolute kill zone. He complains bitterly that there's no shelter, no coordination whatsoever, corpses everywhere you look, and everything is complete chaos. His desperate tone reflects the state of an army without cohesion, tragically trapped between devastating Ukrainian fire and their own commanders' cruel indifference. According to the Ukrainian 7th Air Assault Corps, there are over 300 Russian troops currently trapped in Pokrovsk, with their stated goal remaining to reach the northern borders of Pokrovsk and attempt to encircle the entire agglomeration with Mirnohrad. Russian sources claim other numbers vary, but in any case, those inside are effectively cut off, dying slowly in what has become a brutal kill zone and a war of shadows. in which even an entire street or forest patch might be held by just 2 men backed by 200 drones. Meanwhile, Ukrainian engineers continue to systematically mine every single approach, with another Russian video capturing the precise moment a tank drives toward a firing position near Pokrovsk, only to detonate a mine seconds after entering the open ground. The massive explosion sends debris flying in all directions, a stark reminder that no Russian vehicle, whether it's a tank or motorcycle, can move freely near the town, with each desperate attempt to push supplies or reinforcements ending in fiery destruction. Overall, the Ukrainian defense has successfully turned Pokrovsk into a lethal kill zone, the same way the fields south of it once were transformed into graveyards. The Ukrainian army maintains its proven strategy to contain the Russians below the railway line, systematically deny them movement and freedom of maneuver, and annihilate everything that dares to approach the town. By combining precision drone warfare with relentless mining operations and strategic defensive positioning, the defenders have successfully turned Pokrovsk into an inescapable trap that consumes every Russian soldier who dares to enter it, making it one of the most dangerous zones on the entire front line.